What's up, YouTube? It's Daniel from YGL. Come and get you with a YGL discussion for today, and that is a card discussion of Soul Charge. Soul Charge. Basically, you target any number of monsters in your graveyard, you special summon them, and if you do, you lose 1,000 life points for each. You can't conduct your battle phase this turn but you can only activate this once per turn. Wow, what the fuck? So the way I see this is, people who overextend and get punished for it are getting rewarded. People lose to cards like Mirror Force and Dark Hole all the time, no matter their decks. But this is just not only rewarding them, it's giving them the spam capability that I'm not going to say they don't deserve, but it's something that's not really needed for the game. It's not healthy. There's going to be older decks with consistency problems, are slower, that are going to be sped up now because of their graveyard control. My first deck coming into the game was Six Samurai, and I eventually transitioned to Exector. When playing those two decks, this card would have been the nuts. I would have loved to have this card. Even playing Constellars, I would have loved to have had this card with my Sombre support. This card is dumb, and we're not even going to talk about the older decks anymore. Let's go take a look into what's coming out and what this is going to help. I mean, with Sylvan's post-Prio, this is going to be even more nuts than what it already is. Let's fast forward a little bit to Duelist Advent. You have Satella Knights coming out, and those cards are just on summon. You have a Wolfbark, you have a Stratos, and you have essentially a double summon on summon. And then we think about decks that have big-ass monsters that are going to be summoned for free now with no cost. Decks like Dark Worlds with these big bodies, they get summoned for free anyway, just by activating their spell cards. But now that we have Soul Charge, they're not having to pay a cost for it at all. Sure, they're losing 1,000 life points for each monster, but if you think about it, I mean, that's not that big of a cost, especially when they're going to push for game anyway. Yeah, at the expense of my life points to knock you down to 0, it's fairly good. Another thing I noticed about this card was I just noticed it's really broken, dude. Like, I see a lot of people complaining about this, and there's going to be ways to stop it, like Solemn Warning, whatever. But this card's really dangerous due to the fact of, since everybody's main decking 3 upstarts and giving their opponent life points anyway, you're just fueling the fire for Soul Charge. I mean, that's just what it is. Knowing this card's going to be around, it's going to be scary to destroy anything, because you never know when this is going to come out. What do you guys think? Do you think there's a possibility that Macro and D-Fisher can be main decked, just because of this? How game changing do you think it's going to be? I mean, the card's good. But alright, guys, Daniel from Dynamic, signing out. Like, comment, subscribe. Comment below, what do you think of Soul Charge? How impacting do you think it's going to be? Alright, guys, I'm out of here.